You doing through OBS or Zoom?
The live stream.
Mhm.
Zoom. Just trying to edit the name now because it was originally telling me I couldn't post, but it might have just been because I was in it too long. Earning trade. All right, we are live. Check this news out. Hey, you want to know something really funny? Well, not funny, but you'll appreciate this. I, I got a new chair. Got a new chair, bro. That one wheel, those days are gone.
That's so clutch though.
Facts. Just the peace of mind I got sitting down right now.
Right.
Uh, Consumer confidence at 7. Stuff on homes at 6. Money supply, 2-year note. Honestly, not much news. Like nothing crazy today.
Um,
The way my bank account's set up, my trading account, I should say, I'm gonna be trading the JPY today. Trade JPY, USD JPY.
mhm.
Finviz this morning was somewhat neutral on both of the pairs we like to trade. Somewhat neutral. Put that in the Discord.
I understand by just getting this OBS reconfigured.
All good.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this bathroom. Just deposited $119. Attempted to deposit $119. After fees and everything, ended up being about 113. Just did a Bitcoin transfer into my broker. Gonna
Nice.
look to get a little bit more funds in there. Um, yeah, yeah. Account will be sitting at just around 260 at that point. Currently up $20 here. After trading on this account for about a week, I'm sitting at about 14.28%.
Nice.
Currently, yeah, I had to close the week last week on an L, which was disappointing. But, yeah, man, we're looking to. Why are these dimensions not freaking?
Yeah. I think you gotta lock it. It changes. That shit annoying.
1080, 1090, 20. What the heck?
See how it reacts off of this level here. News play would have been.
Transfer is now confirmed on the blockchain.
Shout out the blockchain.
Shout out the blockchain, man. But
15 minutes. That's clean right there.
there should be a nice, clean morning of price action, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking beautiful so far. Check something here. Yeah,
Ooh.
JPY just been moving down too. That's perfect. Dollar index.
My, bro. What? OBS is on? This motherfucker. Hmm.
Let's see if it finds some support there.
I don't know. Did you check the last couple of streams, see if it was different using this webcam?
As far as how it looks,
And like, because the issue is it was like freezing and stuff, right?
yeah, it was still pretty sure it's still doing the same thing.
This shit, Loki cam just looks awful on my end. I don't know why.
You could probably just use the phone if you
About to,
want.
about to. I'm going to the restroom real quick. Hunker down in here and get alerts. And then get ready to go. I'll be right back.
Looking at this USD JPY level right now. I like the way that looks. I like the way it's respecting this level, what it's telling me with volume off of this level. I like what I'm seeing from JPY, the currency by itself, right? So that's been clearing downtrend, that has been in probably some inefficiencies in those downtrend moves, but uh, clear there nonetheless. Not much news brewing for today. Um, what is this? I'm checking to see what that is. But as far as USD goes this morning, not much. This is yesterday, but not much from today, Tuesday. Consumer confidence at 7, which of course should bring some volatility in the market. And then some housing news folders in here relatively soon. So we'll see if we can get some volume in the market at that time. I do like analyzing these personally, the 40-day, 42-day bill auction, money supply, 2-year note auction, just to see how those fluctuate. Just see how those fluctuate. If these percentages are improving, then these securities are more valuable, will be more valuable. Of course, if money supply is decreasing, we can speculate the impact that could have, even just for our own personal finances. And the same thing with this 2-year note auction. When those percentages are increasing, these securities are becoming more valuable. Crude oil stock change. I want to get more into what's going on with the oil. Um, The oil battles. I know I ran across an article not too long ago of there could be running like an oil shortage. No, it wasn't an article. I was at work. I was at work and there was a young lady that I was helping out, and she actually happened to be in the oil business. I thought that was interesting. But what just a brief description of her job title, what she did within the oil business was I believe there was like certain oil plants or facilities that she just leased out to companies. It's literally all she did. But when she told me that, um, she had mentioned that there is becoming an oil shortage, like we're running out of oil. So I want to get in, I want to get into that a little bit. But yeah, not much cooking for news today. So pretty light day news wise, which is always good for our trading. I got USD JPY sitting on a key decision making level right now. This position right here, don't mind this. I just want to see how this plays out. This was from the big news last week with the interest rates. Uh, so I just want to see how that plays out there. But sitting on this decision making level here. Take this to the 5 minute.
All right. So you say you're on JPY today.
Yes, sir. Excuse.
You see USD JPY. Get some change. I wish your markings went from like your side by side view to the full view.
Yeah, that is actually annoying. Marker go. Um, like there's a way to do it on TradingView.
I mean, it makes sense.
Hey, did you see something going on with China and crypto?
Mm-mm.
I want to get into that. I had saw just something briefly on when I was starting a live stream actually. But then I had saw something, I got a notification on my phone, or it was a TradingView news article because I have that little widget on my phone and it was says China stimulus pushes global shares to wait, not that. Nope, it's not up here no more. It gotta be. There was something about crypto. Anyways,
And
it
I
just
did,
came to me. Huh?
I did not see that. Man,
Yeah, there's something.
I'm going to look into that.
Okay, so what does that mean though? Oh, is that the change? How often do you hear the term sentiment or market sentiment?
How often do I hear it? Very often.
Yeah, really just want to get into because I'm looking on my FX book right now. They have a specific like release
Um,
for the pair sentiment. Um, and I know there's like a ton of accounts, trading accounts that this platform is connected to. But this is not the first platform that I've heard risk sentiment, market sentiment,
um,
even just going into the macros. I have come across that being a specific indicator, just the entire market sentiment.
mm,
With that being said, everybody is longing, not everybody, but majority of people are longing USD JPY at this point. I'm getting in here waiting for a buy. I'm waiting to move off of this decision-making level from USD JPY.
um,
Do want to see my dollar turn around.
um, just- My freaking camera is not flipping.
It's not Camry.
Not camera. Definitely not doing that.
Start moving upward here. I like a buy. Volume to come back, that's fine. Mm.
I'm gonna lose my mind on this OBS, bro.
You could, bro. You ain't even gotta worry about it, bro.
Nah, the bitch off and turn back on.
My buy action. News in 5 minutes. News in 5 minutes. Like potential buy coming in on USD JPY here shortly. Looking for dollar to pick up that momentum as well. News just came out. Actually, no, it didn't. Why did I just get a notification in my headphones? Let's take a look. Um, oh, Red Book year over year. No idea what that is. Red Book Index is a set weighted index, measures the growth in same store sales. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Month over month, home prices, year over year, home prices. Let's see what we got. Consensus has the measurement for both of those reducing slightly. A reduction will, I believe, improve the outlook on the dollar. The lower these percentages are, the better that is for these folders. Okay, change in the price of residential properties in the United States. The year-over-year percentages represent the change in home prices compared to the same month in the previous year. A positive year-over-year percentage indicates that home prices have increased over the past year, while negative percentages suggest a decline. Rising home prices can signal a strong housing market and increased demand, while falling prices might indicate a weakening market. Okay, so we want to see those percentages go up because that indicates a strong housing market. 7 seconds. Let's see what goes on. Let me get my trade locker ready. So you might get some volume coming in.
Mm. 6 o'clock, that marks
So we got
the start of our London, New York overlap. See.
housing.
Yeah.
Housing. Okay, so it came out, hold the month over month came out a lot weaker than expected. Year over year showed a little bit of strength. London NY overlap. Be entering a buy here soon. Dollar respecting that level for me. Don't be the liquidity. 44.7.
What does that mean to you? Don't be the liquidity.
Don't be the
What do you think about that?
liquidity. When I think about that, don't be the liquidity. I just think about the different types of movements that the market shows you when you're just sitting here watching watching the charts. Like, it's very enticing Um, and it just pays to be patient. That's just what it's just what it means to me. It just pays to be patient. Like there's just so much movement within a day, and the more that I've seen the market move, it makes its moves, and then it comes to a point where it starts to consolidate and just get into an area where it's not moving at all, where it's still moving to where it's because the market's open, but
Mhm.
it's the movement's over. The play has already happened. Um, so when I hear don't be the liquidity, it's just don't try to find the big play.
Mhm.
It's going to present itself to you. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Mhm.
play is gonna be there. I see all these wicks right now, looking at all these wicks on the chart. Um, like those are people in orders that are liquidity just because, you know, somebody allowed pushed price to that point and then somebody else pushed price away from that point. And it hasn't gone anywhere. It's still in the
Mhm.
same area. So it's like it pays to be patient for sure.
Yeah. I think about it very, very similarly. Very similarly. Trying to trade when we're in our accumulation phase, our consolidation phase, quote unquote, predicting the movement and being in a position where we're at a consolidative low or a consolidated high. Uh, liquidity is held at the highs and the lows. So, entering yourself in the market at that point, utilizing some other analysis, to predicate the movement that you think is going to happen. Um, but man, it's just those plays. It's really a you know a 50-50 ball. It's a jump ball with Darrell Revis and Randy Moss. You know, the best at their game is I'm taking Randy all day, but it's like, I'm taking myself all day. But man, just the risk there. But trading out of liquidity, focusing on not being liquidity, removing those types of losses, those lessons, removing those lessons from our trade log is huge. It's huge and really just speaks to just our discipline and uh, our resolution in our trade plan and our strategy. Um, but yeah, man, of course we'll get into ice. I'm sure I'll enter in a position at some point, uh, where I'll look back on it and be like, damn, I was liquidity. I created liquidity there. But just prioritizing being patient, waiting for those big moves, not even the big moves, just waiting for the move. Um, instead of trying to enter yourself in the market when we are consolidating, I think it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and even thinking that, seeing that initial breakout or that initial large candle is the move. Just gotta slow down. That's what it's been for me too. I was thinking about that this morning, and just as I was getting my chart and stuff ready to go, and just having such a good foundation, and structure for approach and whatnot, as far as technicals,
Mhm.
fundamentals, psychological, and just it all coming together to make a perfect blend. But what I've done is I have gotten away just from the natural basic execution part of it,
Mhm.
and just put so much focus on just sitting here and analyzing that I haven't picked the right spots to execute in.
Mhm.
Um, and I've kind of just been being the liquidity. I've been the liquidity in a number of different trades when I looked on my trade log.
Mhm.
Um, and like it always kills you when you see you enter the sell at, let's just call it, 144,
Mhm.
and then you exited that sell at 140, 145, let's just call it, right? So you took an L. But then a trade later, you see a trade that you took where it was at 143 and you
Mhm.
took a sell. It's
Mhm.
like, damn, all right.
Mhm.
There is some disconnect in there with my execution, my patience, there's some type of disconnect, especially when you were only in a trade for, 12 minutes or 5 minutes. Like, at least for me, that's because um when I'm analyzing. So just keeping it simplified is where I'm at right now with all the different moving parts. Keeping it simplified and then just executing will keep me from being the liquidity. Because I was really enticed to take a buy not too long ago. But I had to analyze my volume, analyze what we're actually doing. This right here. Cannot get a good playlist, bro. YouTube.
I've been playing around with these orca sounds,
Orca.
these whale sounds.
I would say you're lying.
Sir, no
What's
sir,
the
no
what's the
sirree.
what's
Yeah,
the psychology behind
so
that?
the thought behind the whale sounds is it's something, it's audio stimulation that you can't necessarily track. It's not linear. Like if you're listening to like a beat, like a song, you'll naturally be able to like just catch on to the rhythm and the rhyme and the beat of the track,
Yeah.
which can kind of distract you kind of in the background of your thought process.
Mm,
It's not like crazy. I'm not saying that like you're listening to music and you're distracted. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah.
Um, but the orca sounds, it's you're still getting the auto stimulation, but it's not distracting you in the background at all because you can't track the sounds. Like they don't make any sense to us. There's no um, linear rhyme to it, consistent beat.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I can't quite touch on the exact thought process there, but I got this from an episode. I forget whose podcast, but it was about learning. I think it was Cal Newport. Maybe Cal Newport.
No,
Oh,
I find that
but it
interesting.
was yeah, they're talking about just like music when you study and like what's like the best kind of environment to study in. Um, but man, I'm gonna have to rewatch that and uh, articulate on that a little bit better. I can't quite remember. It's like I'll like learn something and then I'll hold on to. I'll be like, huh, that's I want to start doing that, and then I'll like
Yeah.
kind of it's over time I'll kind of forget the original reason, and I'll know, that I didn't, start doing it for without a reason. So I just have like the basic fundamental idea of it. Seeing it right now. Orca killer whales chasing. Orca is my favorite animal too. So
No, I'm listening to some whale sounds right now. Seeing what this market wants to do, if it wants to sell off from this level. This volume is so weak on USD JPY. That's what I was looking at, this buyer's volume. It's just so weak. The dollar's struggling at the level it's at to move, to keep moving bullish. Check.
Play this seller's volume back down on gold. My 15 and my 30 don't like it. My 1 hour doesn't like it. I'm gonna sit on my hands here a bit. Eager to enter a trade, but I want something cleaner.
Yeah, like JPY. CN looks like it's still just selling off. CN has just been tanking. Eventually, it's gonna find as the final. Let's check this something real quick. Just daily. A bit of room to go. Buy coming in. Here comes that volume from DXY. See that? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
USD JPY just gave me some clean. See if we can get a correction off that conversion line potentially. We'll check Finviz. Finviz did start out bullish for USD JPY this morning. Let's check where we're sitting at. Still moving bullish. Gold moving bullish as well. Which of those? Gold, I freaking love you.
Ooh. I want to see this dollar move away from this area, bro.
What area you got marked up?
No, just kind of where it's at. It's been kind of accumulating for the last, you know, 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I want to just find some direction. And about a minute ago, I entered myself in a sell on gold. Initial thought process was inverse VXT, kind of playing off this ultimate high area, potential for the dollar to move bullish here. Don't love the play. Don't absolutely love the play, but um, been gonna ride some of the sellers volume down a bit. If we get down to about 2630 area, 2630, 2629. In the market, you're right at about 2633.5. Right on break even right now.
I actually entered myself in a buy on USD JPY not too long ago.
JPY.
Mm. Yeah, we started moving bullish on USD JPY. My DXY was giving me came in and re respected this 30-minute level.
Mhm.
So I want to see. Plus the news, it wasn't heavy in terms of volatility, but it wasn't hurting the dollar any more than, the previous folders have.
Mhm.
Like the month home sales, not sales, but this is specifically the percentage increase in the value of the homes over
Uh-huh.
month to month. So that decreased month to month. But all the other folders were bullish for the USD. So I'm riding that. I'm riding that consumer confidence in 40 minutes. So we should get some
FO.
right back.
Mhm. Mhm. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like my tech is bugging today. I don't know what it is. Really frustrating. One of them ones, one of them days. Yeah, when I think about gold right now, um, and really on any pair, man, but just most it's easy talking about this with gold because it happens so often. And in this case, gold just over history has been extremely bullish in its entire history. We can pull up, weekly or monthly, you know, look at gold and we can see it's been bullish, forever. It's been increasingly rising in value. So we're in a situation where we're at an all-time high fairly often enough to be able to speak about it. Um, but whenever we're at these all-time highs, man, it just seems like, and you can just see it in the candle, in the movement of the candles, and seeing, how buyers and sellers kind of react on a minute by minute basis. But it's like everybody's kind of waiting for the correction, waiting for the correction, waiting for the correction. Maybe already in a position and just waiting for the correction, waiting for the correction. So you see it just gets stuck in this all-time high area, man. It gets stuck up here. Traders have a hard time in these areas. Spectacles are now on. It's officially serious. I'm playing it's all serious. Of course, man. Go turn a little bullish on me. You got buyers money coming in. Ah, man, I even told myself I didn't quite like it on the 15 and 30-minute time frame, but about 30 pips of drawdown currently. 50 will be my max risk here. Playing roughly 1 to 1 here on this entry. Playing 1 to 1. Entered my position right about 26.33 and some change. I'm gonna get my short position to allow. Seen some sellers step in on gold here. I got my zoom, I got my face blocking my DXY. There we go. a few pips to draw down now, or to close to break even.
I heard some sellers are stepping in against my position.
Look at gold right now. Let me pull up this JPY. Not much has changed on the DXY though. Yeah, kind of through this,
Yeah, it's still sitting at that area.
still sitting at that area, man.
JPY did correct against my position. Let me check my drawdown. I got in at 144, 146. Uh, what I do like, what I'm seeing right now is the lack of sellers volume. 144, 146. That's my entry point there. It's in your bag, on the side. Bro, I love you. Mm. Doing it buyers are stepping on DXY here. Looking like they want to.
Yeah, it's about a little bit attrition. Definition of attrition. Technical definition. Definition. The action or process of gradually reducing the strength or effectiveness of someone or something through sustained attack or pressure.
Mm. Vocabulary is it's just English is so words are just I love
Words,
words, bro.
words. There's a lot of them.
There's so many words. So many different ways you can paint a picture. Picture worth or wait, yeah, picture's worth 1,000 words. Wonder how many pictures one word is worth. Interesting. Many words. Picture's worth 1,000 words. One word is worth. Gotta
So
learn.
before we were getting on, you posed the question, is trading worth it?
Is learning to trade even worth it?
Is learning to trade worth it? What's your initial approach to that question? What's the first thing that comes to your mind, and then what's the context behind that sentiment?
The first thing that comes to my mind is learning and the unattractive, just initial view that we have as human beings of when we're put in a setting to have to learn, um, rather than it's something we're interested in pursuing. Um, and so when I think about just having to learn to trade, because you don't have to learn to trade by any means. You can not learn at all. Um, and when I was very, very new to trading and I just kind of grasped at the charts just for a second, um, it wasn't something that I was like super like unattracted to, unappeal. It wasn't unappealing in any way at all.
Mhm.
Because of I had an understanding of what trading was in terms of what it could provide, like
Mhm.
what the opportunity was, So it's like the reason I thought about is trading even worth it? Because like right now, so last week we know when I was trading, I pretty much risked the $40 I had in my account on the interest rate move, just playing that or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I got $7 in my account right now. That's what I'm trading with. I'm able to trade with that, and that's why I'm trading USD JPY because my margin allows me to trade USD JPY.
Mhm.
Um, I have yet to see any dollar come from trading. Like one single dollar to go from my trading account to my bank account and say, "Oh, wow, I earned that from trading." I've seen profits in my account. Um, and I don't know how I could ever stop trading because I know the opportunity. So when I sat in there to myself and I thought like, man, I wonder if people know how valuable this opportunity is, even though the entire process of it is so different for so many different people because everybody is in different situations. Some people, it's just different. No matter who you are, it's different.
Mhm.
Um, and so it's just like, yeah, is learning like, do you care to learn something that can literally change your life? That's that's kind
Mhm.
of what I've sat with um for myself personally. Like no matter
Mhm.
how hard anything gets, like I was thinking about this yesterday when I was driving home. Um just no matter how hard any situation gets within my life, like financially, like circumstances, relationships, like anything at all, nothing will ever pull me away from continuing to grow in trading because
Mhm.
of the opportunity, bro. And it's like there's so many things that we find value in.
Mhm.
And I just want trading not to be something that just finds value in the money aspect, but
Mhm.
there's so much more value in trading that promotes so much more about us. Um, but you have to learn how to trade because that's just not going to be fun if you don't
Mhm.
learn how to trade. Like, so it's like,
For
is it worth
sure.
it to you to not only potentially receive money, of course, but time is what we care about the most because time is more valuable than money. Money is the vehicle to the time that we want to ourselves. So it's like if that's worth it to you, then learn how to trade. If it's not, then I would like to have a discussion. I'm just kidding. Cause it's just like, bro, when I think about it, yeah, yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I just have to, I would want to get to know a lot of people's situations more, I think,
Mhm.
um, to figure out why they haven't pursued it or if they've thought about it, why they don't want to learn.
Mhm.
Um, just because, like I said, I know everybody's situation is different, but at the same time, I know that prior to even me getting into trading, I didn't know about trading because I wasn't educated on trading. So that's generally the reason why we don't pursue things is because of the lack of education, and
Mhm.
which comes back to, do you even is learning to trade even worth it? Because if you don't care, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Um, I was blabbering there at the end, but yeah, that's a heavy topic. I love that one.
Yeah, and I think our what we're trying to do, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm,
with our VXT, volume times time, what we're trying to do is just paint a picture of trading, paint an image of trading, that is truly reflects the not just the value, but just kind of how individualized it is. And to your
yeah.
point, like it's
Yes.
it's so different for everybody.
Yeah.
And it really takes one to understand what they want, and to have, in some sense or another, vision or want to attain time and financial freedom. I think that
Yeah.
that's kind of a
Absolutely.
fundamental thing. And maybe it's naive for me or for us to think that everybody wants that. Because you really
Yeah.
boil it down, you shake it down, like people, you just tell by the way people live, the actions they do, the things they do, things they buy, how they spend their time, how they spend their money. Time and financial freedom isn't something that's super important to them. But, and again, to your point, I think it just takes a conversation to kind of change that paradigm in somebody,
Yeah.
because us innately as humans, we do want, everybody wants more free time. No matter what it is they want to do with their free time, everybody wants more free time. Everybody wants more money in their pocket to do whatever they want to do, whether it's pro-social, whether it's something just for them, whether it's for their family. Um, when I think of the value that trading provides, the value that trading has, and why one should trade or want to trade. Um, yeah, it comes down to the want, the need for time and financial freedom, and the understanding of just the learning process. 'Cause I think that's a whole another aspect to just like the initial attractiveness towards trading.
Yeah.
You can be initially attracted, but then you have a
Yeah.
couple bad days, bad trades. And when you're getting started like that,
Absolutely.
you talk about it, you've been trading a while, and it's still up to this point, that cash flow, that income, additional income from trading hasn't quite come yet, and it hasn't for me either.
Yeah.
But what we have is an understanding that is, as we get better, as we become more comfortable with the technical side of things, with the fundamental side of things, and then on top of all that, it's the psychology, behind, being a successful and profitable trader. Like that shit just takes time, brother. But the potential on the other side, what's on the other side of that is it's truly unlike anything else. Ray Diallo talks about having 10 to 15 diversified, streams of income. And it'd be hard for me to think of any one stream of income that has more potential than this. Um, is it the easiest,
Mm,
you know, let's call it side hustle to learn? No, no,
mm,
it's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Can you earn money quicker doing other things, easier things? Sure, maybe in the short term. Will those things provide you time and financial freedom? No, not like trading can. Not like trading can. Um, And so yeah, just with that understanding, it's very easy for me to paint trading in a light where, if I do this for 5 years, if I do this for 10 years, man, what's on the other side of that is just so beautiful.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. And being comfortable with that, though, being comfortable with that, and knowing that it takes time, I think is where I have the most peace I've ever had in my life, bro. Like for real.
Hmm.
Like where I just know that Marcus, just do what you're supposed to do. And like even when you have that initial feeling, just keep doing it. And eventually it's going to work out. Um, and that's I always think about the term overnight success. And I just love that term because for the average person, it looks so overnight that somebody
Hmm.
just went from this to that.
Hmm.
But for even somebody that was not in that person's corner, people that understand the process, they automatically know that there's no such thing as overnight. It's like, okay, that
Hmm.
person was not only working on, the plan, but the vision. I think vision is so important, um, because with so much going on and happening, and it's very easy for us to get pulled in different
Hmm.
directions. And if you don't have vision, then you try to see everybody else's vision of what they see. And if you can't see what they see, and you're only trying to see what they see because they're showing you a certain thing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
but if you don't have your own vision, then you're not going to be able to create your own path, you know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
um, and just understanding that all of that takes time. Like you can't figure that out in a month, a year. Honestly, like this
Yeah.
is stuff that and even for you, right? Like you've been trading for a year now,
Hmm.
but prior to you trading, I'm sure you still desired some avenue or alley,
Hmm.
aside just from your goal pursuits with dentist school and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like, because it's just like you said, it's natural for us. Like, and we're in customer service and dealing with people. I deal with people every single day that I know 100% would love an opportunity like this if they just
Hmm.
understood.
Hmm.
Like even with the mm, social security that they're getting each month,
Yeah.
right? If they could take 10% of that each month and grow it another 10%, they would love that, bro. And it's one thing I had wrote down when you first started talking is let me know how you feel about this.
Hmm.
Because even sometimes for me, like I can be transparent and honest about things. When I'm talking about something with someone that is new,
Hmm.
um, the initial desire I have to, depending on what it is and how it imposes what I currently feel about like that similar topic, right? Um, I sometimes am a little cautious to understand it. Like, not gonna say scared, but more timid to even pursue the understanding of that because for one, I might not grasp it,
Hmm.
and for two, what do I even gain from it? And so that's kind of what I think about. I wonder if people are just scared to understand, trading. Um, because what if they don't grasp it? Uh, so
Hmm.
that's kind of what I was thinking about when you had first started talking. But then
Yeah.
you brought up VXT and that takes care of it all, I feel like.
Hmm. And there is, a sense of a technical barrier.
That is a
Um,
good point.
I think that is a
Very good
deterrent
point.
for people. I think when you bring up trading with people who aren't familiar, but familiar enough to like know, like you look at a chart, you push like buttons and there's numbers, and a bunch of colors.
Yeah.
It's and and it just it really comes down to just the lack of understanding. But you can see it makes sense how that could be a deterrent for people. But that's one of the quickest things that you learn in this is just how to like look at the chart and understand what the numbers mean and bullish movement, bearish movement. Like you learn that you can kind of figure that stuff out, like what you're looking at in a couple weeks and like
Yeah.
be comfortable
Yeah.
enough to like start learning from there. And then you get into the rigors and the difficulty that come with trading. But um
What would you say is the and it's even and I can kind of attest to this because the age range, what would you say the age range for that technology barrier? Because I've dealt with people that, are 70 years old that are very comfortable with technology.
mhm,
But we're of course talking about the masses at this
mhm.
point. So you said 2 weeks, just kind of try to speak from your experience when you first um started seeing all the colors, all the charts, trying to maneuver through the platform. How long did it take for you to figure it out?
Quick. That part probably took me, I'd say it probably took me a month just to kind of just get situated with what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. Um, and then I'd say yeah, I think initially looking back on it, the the hardest thing to kind of conceptualize early on is just the various time frames.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
I think when I first got going, it was really just one time frame and no understanding of what was going on the other time frames, volume or momentum wise. So I think that part took a handful of months, 4 or 5 months, just to kind of conceptualize the fact that this market is working on multiple different time frames, and we can use all these different time frames to kind of gauge the position that we're going to enter on. So we're not entering a position on the 5 minute on XAUSD or the 1 minute on XAUSD. Yeah, that may be the screen we're looking at when we enter the position, but we're just entering a position on XAUSD, not on a specific time frame. Um,
yes.
it's this is something that's working. It's one market, and these different time frames are just a different medium for us to look at the market. I think that part takes a little while to understand, but kind of going back to you know the initial question and the resistance people feel when it comes to trading. A lot of people just have no interest in learning something new or learning something in general, or they just don't understand the learning process and the fact that the learning process is not one that is particularly quick with anything, especially
Yeah.
something of magnitude like trading. Um,
Yeah.
do you
I want
think
to
of
do
any high profitable skill? I think we've established and people can understand just how profitable trading can be, the potential, of course. Um, but you look at becoming an oral surgeon or learning the stock market or learning getting into real estate.
mm,
Like people, I just don't want people to think that stuff like that will be. something that's quick, something that won't require you to invest
Yeah.
countless hours of research and making mistakes and losing money.
Yeah.
Every avenue is going to do that. You know, you like, for example, in my path, going to dental school and pursuing oral surgery. Well, what's that going to cost you? $800,000, $1 million? Oh, okay,
Facts,
yeah.
bro.
And you look at that, and I don't frame my career, my passion for oral surgery in this way. I want to make that clear. This that more speaks to my passion and how I want to impact other people's lives in this world. But a lot of people look at oral surgery, as a high profitable skill. You pay the 800 grand for school, then on the back end of it, you open an office, you have your own practice, and you're upwards of seven figures. That's why some people would do that. That's why some people would get into real estate because the profitability on the other side.
Mm.
But it doesn't come without fronting a couple hundred grand to learn the skill and adapt the skill into practice. So then you look at trading and you're like, damn, this can cost me no money to learn, $0. I don't have to put a single cent into learning this skill. Um, and there's kind of an interesting psychological component of that. Is like, maybe, you pay 800 grand, like, yeah, you're gonna be fucking committed. Like you're going to get in there and do it. People are okay with the risk. Um, but then something like this in trading, you know, it's maybe the money up front is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people don't realize that you can learn, you can make strides in your education and your trading knowledge by not risking anything and not having any skin in the game, which I think is a beautiful component of it.
Yeah. That $0 is actually crazy to think about. Like, I don't think there's any other thing you can actually like learn just completely. I mean, maybe YouTube University is it's a crazy marketplace, but
I'm going to the restroom real quick.
news in four. Still in my USD JPY buy position. Gold keeps climbing though. That gold might be reaching its point, reaching its point of turnaround. Divergences open door for a dollar rebound. I like the way a dollar rebound sounds. Dollar rebounds means USD JPY moves bullish. This is from Reuters since the Federal, as we're about a few minutes before news here. Since the Federal Reserve's surprise decision to cut rate cuts by 50 base points. By the way, since the Federal Reserve's surprise decision was not really a surprise, there's a like 60% speculation that they would cut the rate cuts by 50 base points, right? And so moving forward here, dollar selling has grinded to a halt while US yields have drifted higher, right? Those are those securities, both of which appear to signal that further downside in the US currency is limited, right? So they're saying the between the rate cuts, the dollar sellers grinding to a halt. So, selling pressure on the dollar slowing down and then the US yields driving higher, US currency moving downwards has limited. While the sizable stimulus package by China overnight, this is what it was, the stimulus package. Let me write this down because this is that thing I was talking about earlier for crypto. Saw some on that. Uh, while the sizable stimulus package by China overnight has certainly given cyclical currencies an edge during Tuesday's session, rate spreads are beginning to move in favor of the dollar amid the divergence seen across these three pairs. Meanwhile, the bounce in the US yields has underpinned USD/JPY with the pair poking above 144. Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo whatever his name is, has seemingly toned down his hawkishness, having raised the bar for a rate hike next month after noting that he wants to assess services prices for October period. This data will be released after the BOJ's meeting next month, which in turn suggests that the next live meeting December. Looking at Europe. Okay, I don't care about Europe data right now. The cumulative return in USD JPY and corporate end is 16%. It supports a recovery in the dollar. Technically, supports resides at 100. The Fed swing low with resistance at 101.47. Selling off there. We must have gotten, I'm out of my sell off of USD JPY on that one. Must have got some bearish news over here on the dollar. Yes, yes. Bearish news on the dollar. Consumer confidence pretty far off what the expectation. The consensus was a reduction in the consumer confidence, but it was further off than they expected. So um, that is not a surprise there. And you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna enter a sell. I'm gonna enter a sell. Check JPY up here. Oh, that's JPY. Oh, that's on the daily. Hold on. I thought that was even still. Okay, JPY. JPY was some strength that just came in.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been able to hear these whale sounds the whole time, but I forgot they were there.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
It's crazy.
It's interesting to see.
It is interesting. I wanna get into I wanna check into what you said because I'm that psychological because I could feel that when it comes to the music,
Mhm.
like just naturally you just you grab onto the beat
Mm.
subconsciously.
Yeah.
It's that's just crazy.
Okay, so
If right
It's
now
just
someone pulled a fire alarm in this building, if you had a fire in this building, my attention would drift. It would not be on recording this podcast, it would be on something else. But would I say that the fire alarm mediates attention? I mean, fire alarms are not really involved in attention. No, rather, they modulate my attention. The noise in the room modulates my attention. That's quite a bit different than a tool that I'll provide later. And I'll just give you a hint of now. In fact, I'll give it to you now, which is that 40 hertz binaural beats have been shown in a number of peer reviewed studies to increase focus and concentration. And if you'd like to access 40 hertz binaural beats in order to improve your focus and concentration, you can do that. You can actually get it at zero cost. You can go into the App Store, for instance, the Apple App Store. This is also available for Android phone. There's an app called Brainwave, and you can go there, you can dial in 40 hertz, and it'll play these binaural beats. It's been shown in multiple quality peer-reviewed studies that playing a pattern of sound waves to one ear, do, 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 and the other ear, which is slightly offset in frequency, meaning not quite the same frequency, so more like do, 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 that combination of frequencies played to the different ears actually get integrated within deep brain centers and can increase focus and concentration in part by increasing levels of the neurochemical dopamine and acetylcholine, which we talked about a little bit earlier in this arrow model of focus. So we'll provide a link to that app. I don't have any relationship to that app, I should mention, but it's an excellent one. It's one that I've used for many years. There are also additional functions within the app, such as for sleep and for other things, but the 40 hertz 40HZ is the way it reads out. 40 hertz stimulation has been shown to improve focus and concentration. Here is my recommendation, the way that I use it. I would not use 40 hertz binaural beats every time I'm doing a bout of work. What I tend to do is use it for about 5 minutes prior to that work and then turn it off and then do the work. And I'll talk about other tools to use during that work, whether or not it's reading or math or even just emailing or something where I require a bunch of focus for a while. However, there are times in which I'm in an area or I'm in a state of mind where I'm feeling very distractible, and then I'll keep the 40 hertz binaural beats on the entire time I'm doing that bout of cognitive work. I'll also sometimes use the 40 hertz binaural beats prior to a workout, in particular weight workouts where I really want to be able to focus on and contract specific muscles. So it's a very useful tool, again, supported by quality peer-reviewed science, zero cost, available out there, not just in the Brainwave app, but in multiple apps.
interesting.
I think many of you will benefit from it. Some of you might not experience it immediately as a total dropping into a tunnel of focus in the same way that you might with, say, the sorts of neurochemicals that we'll talk about later, like alpha GPC and some of these other things that change neurochemicals directly. But nonetheless, 40 hertz binaural beats are a very powerful tool. Again, zero cost, non-pharmacologic tool that tap into your own endogenous, meaning within you or exists within you physiology in order to increase acetylcholine and some other neurochemicals. And they have been shown to work quite well. Okay, so assuming that you are sleeping well 80% of the nights of your life, or at least working on the various protocols and tools to sleep well and sufficiently long 80% of the nights of your life, and you are interested in additional tools that are sound-based in order to improve your ability to concentrate and focus, there are quality peer-reviewed studies supporting the idea that white noise or pink noise, and believe it or not, there is something called pink noise. It has to do with the specific frequencies of sound that are in the noise. Well, white noise and pink noise have been shown to not improve concentration per se, but to improve people's ability to transition into concentrated states. So I don't tend to use white noise and pink noise while I work, but I know a number of people that do. I know people that also use what's called brown noise. The folks I know from the engineering and computer science side get really into these details of white noise, pink noise, brown noise. You can find white noise, pink noise, or brown noise and listen to it through headphones or in the room. There is indeed some data to support the fact that white noise and to some extent pink noise and brown noise can support the release of particular neurochemicals, but more data showing that they can amplify the activity of neurons in the so-called prefrontal cortex, this front area, sort of the bumper behind your forehead, that is directly related to your ability to direct your own focus and remain focused on certain things. So you have the option of either using binaural beats before, but not during your work. That is 40 hertz binaural beats, or 40 hertz binaural beats throughout your attempt to focus. You also have the option of not using binaural beats, but using white noise, pink noise, or brown noise. Again, there are a lot of zero cost apps. You can find also white noise, pink noise, and brown noise on YouTube. Again, these are tools that really have been shown over and over in humans to allow people to focus with more depth and to decrease the transition time into focus. This is a really key point. A lot of people are challenged with getting into a mode of focus. None of us, however, should be expected to just sit down and drop directly into a state of focus. I think that's completely an unfair request of ourselves. I mean, for instance, you wouldn't expect yourself to go out on the track or go out for a run and not warm up. You might jog for a few minutes or even walk before you would jog, and then jog before you would run, right? I would hope you would do that. And if you're doing resistance training, I doubt that you go over and load up the bar or the machine with the maximum amount of weight that you can move and then just drop right into that. You always do a warm up. And I think it's very important to understand mental work, focus, and concentration as requiring that warm up. What is that warm up? Well, you know what that warm up is. That warm up is the ramping up or the increase of epinephrine, adrenaline, acetylcholine, and dopamine. Right? The way that neurochemicals work is we don't just get to flip switches in our brain
Getting
because we
alert
decide to.
process.
That's a fantasy. That's sort of the Limitless movie, or
what?
movies and ideas that suddenly you're gonna flip a switch on your arm and all of a sudden you're gonna be in a.
So what he's getting at is just the process of getting focused and attentive. And so it starts with getting alert. Getting alert. Getting alert can look like doing jumping jacks, sunlight in your eyes, just moving your body, getting your blood flow moving. That's part of the getting alert. So in order to be focused and attentive, one must be alert first. So that's what he's getting at. And he's in this video, he's talking about how we can use the 40 hertz, the 40 hertz binaural sounds, which is very similar to our whale sounds, kind of different but same. You using that to get yourself alert and dropping yourself into a state of high focus and attention.
No, send me that YouTube link. This shit not showing my position, bro. I took a full close on USD/JPY a second ago. Got a decent profit from it. DXY got some nice bearish movement that came in, moved right towards the decision-making level. Tap into that. Hey, one thing I've taken for granted is YouTube playlists, like saving your YouTube playlist for your videos. Oh my gosh. Just can't. Really never done stuff like that, but it's like, why? Stay organized, Marcus. If I had to go back, you had to go back. Still getting some bearish movement from the dollar.
Mhm.
I am not in a trade anymore. USD JPY moved on a decision-making level for me per my trading plan. I needed to break this level and close below it, and then I can enter again. But I do not like to trade through levels. I have learned time and time again.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, still in my position on gold, playing at this all-time high. If we break this all-time high, going to take full close at about
oh,
six percent.
we're breaking that all-time high. I was just looking at that.
Yeah,
What's it at right now? 2460, 2640.
yeah, all-time at 2640 and some change. Right now we're currently at 2634 and some change.
That 4 hour looks volume is so weak on seller's side, and gold just keeps on climbing. And so every time I think about gold, I heard you talking about it a little bit earlier, with us being so high. Every time I think about gold, I think of what Ray Dalio says
Mhm.
about how he looked at the things in history, and it was every time had something happened that had never happened before in his lifetime.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
exactly what I think about with gold. It's like every time we hit an all-time high, it's like, okay, here comes correction.
Right.
No, no, we're not
Mhm.
correcting. We're
No,
still
brother. No,
going.
sir. Still going.
Still
Yeah, bro. And
going.
I've over the last couple of weeks, I'm like, damn, bro. I just want to just open up an account, push buy on gold, low risk, but just leave that motherfucker in there. Just leave
Bro,
it.
you know what is so funny about about that? Did I tell you about me doing that on the demo account?
Mm-mm.
I literally did that on just a MetaTrader 5 paper account, like what day was that? 9/13. I just hit buy. Just hit buy.
Mhm.
10 lot size just because it was a demo account. I made
Mhm.
15,000.
Crazy, bro.
Uh,
Crazy.
that whole day I was just doing that. And I ended up in that day with like 39,000 with between USD JPY and gold. I'm like, bruh. But the freaked up thing about it is I'm looking at my trade locker right now. And last week with my buy that I took on the interest rates, I would be in a killer profit if I did not get stopped out, bro. Margin. When did I
Capital,
enter? I
bro.
just want to see 258, 258, 258 I entered. Oh shit. So I would be somewhere down 258. We would be in a 800 or 820 pip profit right now.
Mm.
And because my account, this is risk management, and I did the smallest lot size I could in all full disclosure. Um, but my account could withstand it's like a 200 pip drawdown it went to.
Mhm.
Could not withstand that. But it's the game we play.
It's a game, man. It's a
It's the
game.
game we play.
It's a game.
Yeah, I'm saying this not by like in a oh damn poor me type of way.
Mhm.
It's um in just a inspiring way because like we worked that whole week, and not even that whole week, just the whole month, really, even a month prior to just understanding those macros,
Mhm.
understanding interest rates, like just really, really wrapping our mind around that and then how it applies to the charts.
Mhm.
And so for me, even though like I didn't profit from it, I feel like I did because I like I just this is my first time going over it again.
Mhm.
So just sitting here thinking about it, it's like, damn, like, yeah, that was a nice play. That was a nice play.
Mhm.
That was a nice play.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And that's really hard to do, man. Kind of not even just finding the silver light in things, but with this game, and it really it having capital just allows us to do so much more things and allows us to be right so much more often. Because with the lack of capital, you can be right,
Yeah.
but it can still get you.
Yeah.
It can still get you. So but that's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful part of the process because it requires you to learn how to really, really manage your positions, how to
Yeah.
manage your capital. So when the capital does come, when you are trading with a couple hundred grand, it's for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
easier on the mental.
Yeah, no, and I was sitting here thinking too how different I could have played that. I could have, instead of letting it do that, I could have just closed my position once I saw it going in the wrong direction, waited for it to go the direction I already wanted to go because
Hmm.
I didn't
Hmm.
have a lot of amount to play with.
Hmm.
And like I could have actually played it like that. And um yeah, you just made me think of something, think of a just with the funds that I'm playing with, and that we're playing with the amounts. Um, the lower the amount, the more positions we can take because the quicker we can be to forfeit positions because we don't need to risk as much.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah,
Hmm.
that I
Hmm.
love thinking about that. Yeah. USDJPY just broke that 30-minute level for me. The DXY is sitting on a really key level. I think this is the same level they were just talking about on this article, if I'm not mistaken. In 44, I don't know where the dollar at. Technically supports the Fed swing low. I wonder what that means. The Fed swing low. It sounds really self-explanatory. 100 and point. The Fed swing low. Is this when? We're losing volume on the buyer's side on my USD JPY. I'm going to be looking to scale back into another sell here. Potentially D DXY looks good too. Look at take a look at JPY here. I'm going to break JPY off and look at it as an individual currency.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take full close on my position. So I want to be able to play this buy side. Took a $5 hit. Man, just looking at
No.
and here I'm talking about XAUSD, man. Just looking at these higher time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour. Man, it's not much promise to the bears side, man, especially with this dollar moving down. I think we can break all-time high here in the next little bit. I want to play that.
Yeah. It's so funny too, because 69% of traders are shorting, like you said, shorting gold.
Mhm.
So what are they right now? They are liquidity. They are liquidity. Sellers are liquidity right now. I need to call on today. They have not reached back out to me.
Bro.
Not since I um uploaded the correct docs. That was the last time
Mhm.
but then we went into a weekend. Um, so
Mhm.
I actually was only giving them until yesterday.
Mhm.
So
Uh, Be
I'll
like
call
that
them
though.
up. It's like, yo, that's good.
Yeah.
DXY rejecting that level. I have a level right at 100.553. 100.553.
It's crazy to look at the 12-month, the 1 year time frame on gold. Uh, Makes a lot of sense of saying, yeah, let's just open up this buy position and let this go to 5K. 5K. Man, I love that JPY position you took earlier. I love that. Love that. And I even got to thinking about, man, you love gold for what gold is and what gold provides, but just the safety of these other pairs and its direct correlation to the freaking dollar is just crazy, bro. So money, so spot on.
Yeah,
You look
definitely
at
one.
JPY and the DXY on the same time frame, 5 minute, it literally looked exactly the same over the past hour.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Just anytime we're at these high all-time high levels, bro, just makes it more difficult. It makes it more difficult because majority of traders are just waiting for that short, waiting for that correction. So the market just gets fucked up, bro. It just doesn't move the same. You can see it just in the way the candlesticks move. It's the attrition, the battle going on. Whenever the general sentiment's so heavily skewed towards one way. But that's when the market loves to just, yeah, screw all you guys. I'm gonna create a new all-time high by 400 pips.
Yeah.
Take everybody out. Then what? You take that, traders, says markets.
See what this DXY, JPY wants to do right now. Considering another sell position here. but I don't need to force anything. It says $7 account. I'm up to 885 right now. So
Mhm.
turn $1 into $2. That's profit.
50%, man. Doesn't get better than that.
50, 50 peach. That DXY though looks like it wants to keep falling.
Mhm.
I'm really liking
Yeah,
Mativ
bro.
too, and just separating the yen. Not really so much to look at USD, but just so I can separate the yen. I
Mhm.
like seeing that movement.
Mhm. Yeah, bro. Want to take this buy and gold, man, but it's just I feel like it's a little too early. I don't know. Thinking about
Check
it.
Finviz. Finviz plus
139.
39. Started the day at negative -07.
Goddamn.
Green dot. $5 minute. Ooh, boy, that look clean on that 5 minute.
I'm taking the buy.
5 minute look clean. Let's see if I can get some.
Didn't go dynamic risk. Was thinking about going dynamic, but
I love that.
I recognize that as wanting to get back from my $5 loss previously. So didn't do that. Stayed with my same lot size. But yeah, man, playing this buy position.
Love that. We were talking about something a little bit earlier. And I had jotted down Kobe.
Mhm.
So and it made me think of that when I'm seeing that. Um, and you get to a point, and you can probably vouch for this too, and just give me your
Mhm.
feedback.
Mhm.
Getting to a point in your trading where you love the just the process of it so much
Mhm.
that you don't really get lost in the day-to-day trials and tribulations of
Mhm.
trading, week to week, even month to month, ups and downs of trading. Uh, and I
Mhm.
just hear so many, these days quotes from Kobe. It's normally like the same few ones. It's
Mhm.
just really falling in love with the process,
Mhm.
and finding the joy in that. Um, you being, a year plus into trading now, when would you say you felt that this is a process that I'm enjoying how
Mhm.
I'm enjoying this.
Mhm. As soon as we started to develop the strategy, as
Mm,
soon as we started to develop the strategy, I didn't feel that with kind of my entry into trading, just with the whole setup and everything. I won't get
mm,
into too much detail on all that.
yeah.
But nonetheless, it got me into the field. It got me into this industry. But yeah, man, as soon as we started to get up, work on the strategy, and you see those little bits of success. You see those little bits, the hints of success along the way, and that's just enough for me to keep
Mm,
on going. And you feel it, you get another month under your belt. You're like, okay, I feel a little bit better in this regard. I feel a little bit better with understanding the cloud. I feel a little bit
mm,
better with my top-down analysis.
Mm.
So you find that I think this should be done anytime we're learning something, especially when it's something that's, you know, quote unquote difficult from an outsider's perspective. You'll
Mhm.
find those little bits, those little hints of productivity, of success, and leverage that to keep you pushing, keep you continuing on, moving forward. That's what I try and do at least. Yeah, man, it's just constant improvement. There's some sort of kind of disconnect when it comes to that, constant improvement.
Mhm.
Um, you know, the there's so much weight purely just in the time aspect of it.
Mm.
Like if you just do it for extended period of time. You just do it for a couple months. You just do it for a period of time. You will get better. You
Mhm.
will. And I was thinking about this just when I was talking to my pops and talking about the kids. It got to me thinking, and I watched a video that made me think about this too. You ask you know, an eighth grader
Mhm.
to do college algebra. That eighth grader is going to have no idea. They're going to think it's the most difficult thing in the world. And it's going to take them a while right then and there to understand and figure out college algebra. But you ask a junior in high school or senior in high school to, do that same college algebra, it's a breeze. It's easy. It's easy. Or freshman college. It's yeah, you might want to party and do all these things that can distract you, but the work itself is easy. But
Mhm.
what's the difference? Just time. Just time. And that freshman in college who's learning college algebra, they learned eighth grade algebra. They learned high school algebra. They took the steps necessary to get to college algebra. Um, and yeah, it's a little different because we have to go to school and you know we we have to learn these things to get our diploma and everything like that. But all that is learning in school. It's just like learning any other skill, learning math, learning science, just like learning any other skill. It shit just takes time, bro, and you can't necessarily skip steps. You can't go from high school gen chem to biochemistry. It does not work like that. You will not do well. It doesn't work like that. So just the pure time component, I don't think is recognized. We can recognize that all the way, from when we're 5 years old and we start learning things.
Yeah. No, time is, I think, definitely a very intimidating or inspiring indicator.
True.
It could be one or the other. No, I love that though. Should do it. There's this article I'm reading on your screen that I had to pull up from Gold.
Mhm.
Gold hit a record high early Tuesday, rising for a fifth day following last week's cuts to U.S. interest rates and increasing violence in the Middle East.
Mhm. And that stuff is crazy. That
That
Middle East
being the
stuff is nuts.
headline, I did see some just when I was looking on YouTube, there's like news reporting. It was like 48 minutes ago. I was seeing some more attacks had gone on. I
Mhm.
actually need to circle back around to it. Hezbollah,
Mhm.
yeah, rising geopolitical
Yes.
tension.
It's like a cyber attack. My little brother was showing me
Oh,
the
for
videos of,
real?
yeah, bro. I don't know the particulars, but essentially they made a bunch of devices explode.
Oh, the pagers.
Yes, the pagers. Yes,
Bro, yes, I
yes,
do remember
yes.
seeing that. That's insane.
Crazy, bro.
That's insane.
Crazy. Bro, but imagine just the cyber warfare is, like Radiolus, right? Like Radiolo says, you come across a handful of things in your life that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
So we haven't experienced cyber warfare or what that looks like. And I think that's kind of frightening for people, right? But just imagine, you know, this is completely hypothetical and it might sound crazy, but who knows? China owns TikTok. They decide to and essentially how it happens, the device overheats to the point to where it combusts. Like, yeah, everybody in the morning opens up TikTok, man, shit starts to get hot. Oof,
Bro.
off a cyber warfare attack through TikTok. Could you
That would
imagine
be
that, like, how crazy
insane,
that'd be?
bro. That would
Just the
be
fear,
insane.
yeah, the fear that could be imposed by something like that. Crazy.
My first one of my major questions would be how do they get access to that type of tech? Like where does that that's a whole nother mm, mm, mm. That's crazy. Yeah, I gotta get
Yes,
into that.
that's
Cause that is I believe, let me see if I'm reading this, is that's helping rising geopolitical tensions and is also supporting gold's role as a safe haven. So the fact that all that is going on is leading to a more bullish XAU USD.
mhm.
Um, not that we care that that's but that is what that is relating to. Israel carries out strikes in Lebanon against the Iran-backed military. The dollar lost ground. Treasury yields were mixed. The U.S. two-year note was last seen paying 3.5%. That was cool. It's actually crazy. Do you know anything about like gold ex exchange traded funds, like a gold ETF?
I do not.
I want to look into it. From what I understand, ETFs are just like different um like it's one, like say you invest in Fuse ETF. Under
Mhm,
that, you have investments in gold, you have investments in this, you have investments in that, you have investments in that, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
But there's ETFs that are specifically for gold.
mhm.
So I want interesting about that. I want to look into that. I just always see them on news articles and US spot gold. I always see that like
Mhm.
those ETFs increasing and whatnot. So I was just curious.
Yeah, no, something to look into though. Gold ETFs.
Yeah. Like that would be something I feel like I would you just have. It's like it's in your portfolio, knowing that gold has the value it does.
Mhm.
As USD JPY is still staggering around this area that I took profit at, DXY corrected off of the level, which is beautiful because it's starting to lose buyer's volume and potentially move back to that level,
Mhm.
which could also support our gold moving bullish.
Yeah, right on that all-time high at the moment.
Mm.
And a little bit of profit on my position, but a dollar. Feeling the resistance though from that all-time high.
Let me see what this would make my position. 20 pips. Ten. No, losing sellers volume on JPY, so I'm sitting on my hands right now. Damn, what's the date today? Kalea is gonna be 7 months tomorrow, bro.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Damn, she's pushing one. Mm-mm. Is the
That's
sentiment right?
another
Does the time go by fast, man?
man. I was about to say that is one thing that has me really, really appreciating time and like I've really been able to grasp. I'm getting closer to grasping just time and just a gift, bro. It's just a gift. It's every second of the day
Mhm.
is a gift. Is a gift.
Yeah.
And so even being practical and reverting that to VXT and just that all VXT is the entirety of life.
Mhm.
Like like it's
Whoa,
just the entirety of it,
whoa,
bro.
whoa, whoa.
Gold taking off. I see. Oh
Uh,
shit.
uh, uh,
Yeah. Hey, I like to see that. That means I should be able to take a sell here soon on USD JPY. You never know when gold's coming down. You'll never know. Dollar picking up volatility on the seller side. I'm opening up my trade locker for a potential entry on USD JPY.
mhm. We'll correct it back down. Thought about taking profit there at the top of that, but hold on here.
Yeah, where did that spike come from? That's hilarious. Price just likes to do that.
Nowhere.
Let's see what Nvidia's been doing. I actually really like looking at that stock.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was like just a random isolated spike in the market.
Yeah. He's like, okay, buy, buy, buy. Encourage all the buyers. Psych. Brother.
Mm.
Holy shit, bro. Oh, my bad.
Right back. Mhm.
Huh. Yeah, you can get one from the closet right here. You have your swimsuit. Bro, so I just seen something.
Mhm.
And I gotta head out of here. I gotta take Tiana to the YMCA, but you know NVIDIA. You're familiar with NVIDIA, right?
Mhm.
So, are you familiar with Alibaba?
No.
So, Alibaba is like a business to business, like wholesaling company. Like
Mhm.
you just basically buy the products directly from the manufacturer.
Mhm.
They were pretty dominant during like the COVID. Like that's when they at that time their stock was at like $320, right?
Mhm.
Right now it's at 95, right? $95. So
Oh.
that's since 2020 has gone down bearish significantly.
Mhm.
They just announced that they are partnering with NVIDIA
Mhm.
to advance their AI.
Mhm.
So that is actually crazy was like, because you have somebody like Alibaba who didn't have a lot of doesn't really have a lot of credibility just because
Mhm.
of I feel like as when I talk to people as a consumer, they kind
Mhm.
of think it's like a scam.
Mhm.
But partnering with somebody like that, I don't trade stocks, but that might be a
Yeah.
buy on Alibaba
Huh.
and sit and hold.
Uh-huh.
Especially if it was at 320 at one point,
Mhm.
it's at $90 right now. Like if what we know about the market it correctly. So, but I'm about to get out of here.
Yeah. Better take close on this position here.
Ooh, yeah, you got it to 644. Yep, nice, bro. Nice, bro. Nice. Did you get like 50 pips off that?
Just close. Let's see. It's gonna take a sec to generate. It would have been about standby. Yeah, it'll be about 50, a little over 50, a little over 58. I got my get back from the market. Allowed me to end this morning session in profit, slightly, but in profit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought about holding on, but I'm gonna take my 50 and then wait for another opportunity. But yeah, gonna call it a morning.
Nice, man. Good call. What we hit this morning? I took, let me trade it. I think I took two trades. Get the iOS 18 update yet?
No, I have not. But real
I,
quick,
yeah.
my fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I took two trades this morning, three trades this morning, 2 for 3, profited about $2 on my account. So it means $2 on a $7 account, probably just around 40%.
Mhm.
Yeah, just under around 30-ish. So,
Money, just
so
money. Yeah, man. The last thing I want you to think about is just the marketing piece that Apple used with their Apple Intelligence. Bro, do you know how create like just now when anybody thinks of AI, I think this is kind of their thought process. Anybody thinks of AI,
it's
they're
Apple.
not gonna think ChatGPT.
Oh,
They're gonna think Apple
Apple.
Intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just thought that was I was
crazy,
kind of
bro.
baffled by that the other day when I was watching the commercial. I was like, that's really freaking smart. But
Nah, they're always a step behind for a reason. People, they're always the very last ones to release
hmm
anything. Very last ones.
yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were using NVIDIA in some way too, with just
hmm
knowing that NVIDIA, the leader of tech. I
hmm
showed you the number the other day, and then the message just like a freaking almost $1 trillion increase in in AI revenue coming up in the next 6 to 7 years potentially. So yeah, I'm excited for that. The Apple AI, not for it to be on my phone, just because from what I know about it, it's gonna be a lot more than how we use it. Just because it's gonna, but I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
So, but good call. Tomorrow we're on the call again. And I'm gonna be getting into a little bit of if I had to go back and put all these funds into my trading account, how would I utilize my funds? If I had to step back about 5 years. So with everything that I know now. So.
Money, yeah. 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 Started as an excellent call, excellent topic for tomorrow. I'll be on with you tomorrow morning.
Nice. Let's get it.
But yeah, I'm gonna hit you in a little. I'm gonna text you here in a sec.
All right, bet. All right. See
All right, dude.
you live.
Yes, sir. Yes,